Well, welcome and thank you for joining us for another episode of the Jain Irrigation Training Series. I'm your host, Richard Restuccia, and today we're going to be talking about how AgTech is going to get a lot better, and the reason why is due to a recent acquisition that Jain Irrigation has made. Now, speaking about this today, we have Jain Irrigation President and CEO Aric Olson, and also Jeff Tuel, who's the Executive VP of Jain Distribution Holdings. Now, I know you've probably seen both these guys around in the irrigation industry. I was just thinking the other day that 10 years ago, the three of us were on the board of directors for the Irrigation Association. Jeff and I, not at Jain, Aric as president with Jain at the time. And I think technology and just this passion for conservation and water brought us all together at Jain. We've been here together now for quite a few years, and it's been really enjoyable working with both of you because of the passion you both have for technology and using technology to conserve water. And like I said, anybody who knows either one of these gentlemen knows their compassion, their passion, and just wanting to make a difference in ag irrigation, and they're actually doing it. And that's what's so interesting. So anyway, without any more suspense, Aric, I know you've got some important news for us as far as an acquisition, and boy, we'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, thanks, Richard. Yeah, I'm really excited to share that we've acquired the assets of SWIIM System Limited, a Colorado corporation, and they're the leader in on-farm water accounting. SWIIM, you've probably seen many webinars given by SWIIM. They help growers account for and therefore save water. They've been the pioneer and the clear leader in this on-farm water accounting. They're clearly been differentiated from other ag tech companies in terms of capability of this water accounting and capturing all the ins and outs of the on-farm water, and also to help growers make economic decisions related to water, whether it's growing a crop, selling water, fallowing land. They have the software and the ability to do that. So really excited about that. The company was founded back in 2009, really even before AgTech, kind of the term was really known. They filed for some key patents in 2013 with support by the USDA. And, I am aware of SWIIM through a good friend of mine and mentor, Stephen Smith, invited me out to Colorado to look at the technology, I think back in 2013, 2014. And I've always been a fan of what they've done and how they've done it. In 2016, they were a part of this Western Growers Innovation Tech Center in Salinas. They're one of the early incubated companies there, and have done really well for Western growers in the area. And they really grew the business with partnerships and doing a really good job for growers on this water accounting all the way up through 2019. And then when the pandemic hit, they ran into some challenges, obviously, there. And we're fortunate enough to have the SWIIM customers and employees join us today. And I want to especially thank Kevin France, the CEO of SWIIM, and Mr. Ed Warner, the chairman of SWIIM, for helping us get this deal done. We've been working on it for about 18 months, believe it or not, and we're happy to have the customers and employees join us. Most important, though, I do want to thank the employees and the customers that hung on while SWIIM was going through a pretty difficult transition. And, specifically, I'd like to thank Don Sanborn, Daniel Lira, Kirk Leister, Gene Kobayashi, Abanaya Subeda, David Cohn, and Kevin France for hanging in there, supporting the customers. These employees that will be joining us are really passionate about saving water, helping growers, agriculture. And, if you see these guys, give them a big hand for what they've done to keep this technology alive. And we're happy that they'll be joining us as Jain Irrigation employees.
Yeah, it's really exciting news, Aric. I know from going to Western Growers for many years, I would always see these presentations by SWIIM, and I was always very impressed with the technology they had and the teams that they brought. So this is really exciting news, I know, for all of us. Now, I also want to know, how this plays into or how this fits in with the whole Jain AgTech journey.
Yeah, that's a great question. Jeff's going to throw up a slide here, kind of showing where we've come from and where we're going. Jeff, you got that other slide that shows
Yes.
that transition?
Yes.
Yeah.
We Richard, you've been with Jain for some time now, and you can remember when you joined us, we were really had an interest in establishing micro irrigation leadership in the USA. And we were building really good momentum. We felt like we were going to be the leader. And once we became the leader in the industry, we wanted to have a vision that would carry us forward, making sure that we're not looking in the rear view mirror at competitors. We wanted to be forward looking and doing good for the industry. And we made a decision at that time to make significant investments in ag tech, as this is the future of our industry, saving water through the use of technology. No other companies were really successful in doing this at the time. So way back in 2015, 2014, we built this strategy to become an ag tech leader. And we started out and made a couple acquisitions back in 2015. And those acquisitions were PeerSense and Gavish controllers. They were the pioneer in soil moisture monitoring and then also greenhouse controls. 2017, we acquired Observant. 2017, we acquired ET Water. You're a big part of that. You've run that acquisition very well. Jeff and I made a partnership with AgriLogix in 2019, and now we added SWIIM in 2020. So these companies are just amazing pioneers in the industry. We've been able to bolt on the companies to the Jain Irrigation ecosphere, and they've helped us become the leader in micro irrigation in the USA. With these pioneers in technology that we've acquired, we've been able to further make investments in the ag tech space and our offering, and fine tune the offering, and have further developed new products such as Jain Unity, which you've presented on. We've opened up water management services, so we've done quite a bit to improve these companies. And I'm happy to say that many of the employees that joined us for PeerSense, I think all of them are with us today. Same with Observant. We've had a few people graduate on, and same with ET Water. So we've done a really good job for the customers and the employees. And we're really hopeful and excited that and grateful that the SWIIM team is joining us. And we're looking forward to these assets and helping growers grow good crops and save water.
That's a really good point that you make there, Eric, about the big asset is the people. And yeah, you've done a great job of hanging on to all of them. Now, I want to remind everybody that I have the Q&A and the chat open. So if you have some questions or you have some comments, type them in there, and when appropriate, I'll get them to Eric and Jeff. So Eric, as I think about ag technology and I look at all the different news items that I see about ag tech and how it's growing, there's a lot of ag tech out there to be acquired. Why did you select SWIIM? This is what's really interesting to me is, why SWIIM? There's a lot of other stuff out there.
Yeah, Jeff, if you can flip to the next slide. We've been on a path towards being able to help growers have autonomous irrigation. And it's a vision we've had many years ago. And we've been acquiring unique technology assets, and then also developing our own solutions to help growers irrigate, fertigate autonomously. And SWIIM is just the latest piece of that. Many of you might have seen this graphic in the past. We're really unique in that we're using satellite imagery for vigor and ETC calculations. We have soil moisture sensor where we're helping to get the timing of when and how long to irrigate. And you match that with the weather service that we pull in from ET Water and our other Jain Ag Services systems. And pulling kind of all this together, the best of breed technologies, in addition to using machine learning to help us with the timing and duration of irrigation. SWIIM was a unique asset that we can plug into this ecosphere to help us account for the water that we're using on the farm, tailwater, runoff, and deep percolation, and to get an accurate accounting of this. This is a unique asset, and we're happy to plug this technology in and add this water balance to the suite of tools that we have. SWIIM is going to help us on the water management side. We've won the Irrigation Association Show New Product Contest for our water management services business, and SWIIM's going to help us do that even better. So the whole goal of acquiring SWIIM, it's another amazing tool that's going to help us get to autonomous irrigation, where we're going to take the latest and greatest technology and be able to help growers irrigate in an efficient manner, optimize using the best tools available today.
Yeah, it really does seem like a nice fit, Aric. Congratulations on this. Jeff, you're there in the Central Valley, and I know you have a lot of customers in the Central Valley. What about the SWIIM customer base? Where are they? Where are all the SWIIM customers?
Most the SWIIM customers are Southern California, Central Valley, Central Coast of California, as well as Arizona. The largest served area is down south in the Imperial Irrigation District, which is an entirely new area for my division. And our team is really excited about working together in the new IID territory with the SWIIM team. The water's pretty scarce and expensive in Southern California, and the IID has some really fantastic conservation programs, paying up to $150 per acre foot for water conservation. And SWIIM plays a big role in helping growers down there qualify for rebates and capitalize on the savings. And then when I think about the Central Valley, where Jain has a very strong base of Jain Logic customers, we're really excited about being able to offer SWIIM, as Aric was mentioning, on top of our current programs to help with SGMA, third-party defense of water use, and even possible water trading opportunities.
Yeah, pretty forward-thinking concepts here for water management. It's really exciting, and I know you've been tasked with managing this process forward. And I can't think of anybody better to do it than you, Jeff. You've been a thought leader for ag technology for a long time now at Jain. What I want to know, though, is what are your plans for integrating SWIIM into Jain? How's that going to look?
It'll be pretty straightforward. SWIIM will basically no longer operate as a standalone company. It will be a new core service within our Jain Agriculture Services division, very much like our water management services. So it'll be a direct integration into our current division.
And so, what about the the basics like customer service? How is all this going to work?
Sure. Good question. I'm really, as Aric alluded to, I'm really proud, that we've been able to hire all of the key SWIIM staff. I mean, we're bringing significant new agronomic and technical knowledge and experience to our team. Everyone is super excited about that. We also feel this will give continuity to our existing SWIIM customers going forward. So a lot of familiar faces, as well as some new faces from the Jain side. As far as customer service, it will be integrated with the SWIIM and Jain staff. Richard, as you know, service is one of our differentiating core strengths. So there's going to be a lot of focus placed there. It's something we're very proud of. It's something we get positive feedback on all the time. And so, customer service will be integrated as well. And SWIIM customers can expect to hear from some new folks as well as some of the same. On the sales side of the organization, we're also going to be integrating there, where you could think of it that our Jain Agriculture Services staff will be selling SWIIM services, and the SWIIM folks will be selling JAS products and services. And I separate it there. We're all going to be together. I separate it there just to kind of give an illustration, but it'll be one sales team selling all of our products and services.
That's really exciting because, again, you just increased your footprint your impact, which is going to greaten the water conservation, the water savings going forward for agriculture. Really exciting news. Now, if I'm a SWIIM customer today, do I automatically get things from Jain?
Beyond the service and reach, the biggest benefit for SWIIM customers will be access to our comprehensive agronomic Jain Logic platform. We've done a number of webinars on that, so I'd encourage some of our new SWIIM customers to go online and watch some of those webinars, learn a little bit more about Jain Logic. We'll be happy to come out and talk to you, as well as we will be talking to you soon. And we'll be able to provide, when you think about it, by combining SWIIM with what we're doing today, we'll be able to provide a simple but powerful upgrade path from basic monitoring in the field to quite literally fully autonomous irrigation. And I don't think any other company in the ag tech industry can come close to matching that. So we're very proud of it and excited to bring it to the customers.
Yeah, that's really exciting. Now, SWIIM's got some water accounting tools as well. Will those come to the Jain customers?
Yeah, the plan is to integrate the SWIIM tools into Jain Logic. That development work will take some time, but the big picture plan would be to offer SWIIM services as a module or widget within the Jain Logic platform, and the goal here is to be able to provide growers with the most comprehensive solution on a single platform. We hear this constantly from growers, and we are constantly driving in that direction, that they don't want to have to log on to multiple systems. You don't have to go here for one piece of information. I got to go there for another piece of information. And so our goal is to integrate everywhere we can and give growers a single platform to be able to give all of the water irrigation related solutions that they need.
Yeah, I think if you hear the power of what you just said, what these customers are going to have to manage water now was a lot before, and it's going to be really incredible moving forward. I mean, just a lot more power. That's exciting. Now, Aric, you've been bringing technology to agriculture for many years now, very successfully. You've been one of the biggest proponents in the industry. Today, we sent out welcome emails to the SWIIM customers, welcoming them to the Jain family. I can't think of anybody better to talk about Jain than you. You've been leading Jain for a long time now. What do you want to say to those new customers that are coming on about Jain that maybe aren't as familiar as we'd like them to be today?
Yeah, thank you, Richard. We're really excited to onboard a lot of the new SWIIM customers, and many of the customers may not be super familiar with Jain because a lot of businesses down in the Imperial Irrigation District. And like Jeff said, we're looking forward to coming to meet you in the market. And I just want to give a little bit of an introduction to Jain and who we are and what we're about. And I love our little paragraph that we say who we are. We are a fully integrated global food and plant production company. We're recognized by Harvard to be one of 5 global sustainability champions. We've been recognized by the G20 for lifting people out of poverty. The manufacturing capabilities we have is really everything from the pump, and we are the global leaders in solar pumping to all the way to the ends of the flush valves and the laterals and everything in between for micro irrigation and sprinkler irrigation. We lead the industry in manufacturing technology, owning our extrusion lines and molding equipment manufacturing. We lead in plant science and plant research. We have an amazing Gandhi library in Jalgaon, India that houses leading agronomic research and best-in-class plant science knowledge in a single facility. We research and educate. We have these webinars, as you can see. We manufacture, finance, and propagate plants. We produce and purchase food, and we do processing, all in an effort to fulfill the company mission, which is to leave this world better than you found it.
It's really incredible. What I call it is living and working the sustainable message that everybody buys into. And it's really great to see the Jain family actually put it into action, not for customers, but for themselves as well. Aric, SWIIM is also a great company. They've got a lot of IP, they've got a lot of patents, they've got a lot of technology that is pretty forward thinking. What's going to happen with all this?
Yeah, we're really excited about the patents and all of the IP that SWIIM has. And I think that this is really, when you look beneath under the hood, you see that. And they did a great job of commercializing this IP. There's six or so patents that the company has, and their systems and methods for conserving water and optimizing land and water use. They help growers and irrigation districts, account for water. They have some patents around crop and water use optimizations, so real tools that growers can use to make decisions on which crops to use. Should I transfer or move water? And these economic decision-making tools are in the IP portfolio. And we look forward to bringing those into the Jain ecosphere and having those economic decisions be made available for growers, where you can input the yield of your crop and then the cost of water, cost of pumping, and it can help make some economic decisions about growing the crop, fallowing land, selling water, vice versa. These are going to be really amazing tools, part of the Jain Logic ecosphere that'll help growers with these decisions that are at times difficult, and you have to make big decisions. So we're looking forward to utilizing this IP, not stuffing it on the shelf, but really developing products and services through our water management team that will really be helpful to growers.
That's really interesting, Aric, because I've said this many times that the drought is causing an acceleration in technology that we wouldn't normally have. And then you merge technologies like this, you have an even faster acceleration at a time where it's needed the most. So very, very, very interesting. So Jeff, I know you're anxious to meet all the SWIIM customers, and I think you want to talk about a little offer you might have for them today. Is that right?
I do, but if you don't mind, I just got to thinking that we haven't really said to our listeners today what SWIIM is. And so if before I put the icing on the cake, if you'll let me, I would love to be able to show. I've got a couple slides that I put together just to give an idea, to those that aren't familiar with SWIIM, a little bit about what it is. So this would really be a gross understatement considering the patents and technology we've been talking about that are behind SWIIM, but it's fundamentally a robust water monitoring, accounting, and reporting system. You can think about that in simple terms as tracking all sources of water coming in minus the uses and losses going out. So think water in, water out. In essence, it's really a general ledger for water for those that have a little bit of an accounting background. As Aric was talking about, we did acquire all of the intellectual property, which includes the 3 issued patents and the 2 patents pending, all related to water balance accounting. And these patents and technology behind them are really what allows SWIIM to produce what the industry has said are certified water data reports that are accepted by state and local water authorities. And in order to be able to do this, SWIIM uses satellite data, local weather forecasting, along with customized crop evapotranspiration models to accurately calculate the daily water balance. And this is really enables them to produce these reports. And I just want to show a quick example of a few of these reports to give everyone at least an idea about what we're going to be doing and what SWIIM does. So on the first one, you can see all of the water sources uses and models. I'm sorry, the report on the top left, that's what I'm referring to, so get everybody oriented to that. It shows a sample of a full water balance report, including a summary of the water that is consumed, water, and that's consumptive, so that's where the satellite data comes in. So they're looking at consumptive use, they're looking at irrigation, so water coming in, rainfall, again, water source coming in, and then surface and subsurface outflows. And these outflows are what you would call runoff, or deep percolation. The second report, which is in the bottom middle of the screen, it shows a detailed summary of the water balance for the period, including all the water in and out with a dollar value. And that dollar value is allocated based on the cost of water per acre foot. That's an input. That's something that's put in based on what the growers are paying for the water. So it shows the amount and value of water deficit or overuse, along with the estimated consumptive use fraction, otherwise known as the irrigation efficiency for the field. So growers get a feel for how well they're using water. So you think about the amount of water that the crop is using relative to the amount of water that's being put out on the field. And then lastly, on the top right, you see a cumulative water balance graph that shows historical water deliveries in the light green. So you get a view of the history. Then current water deliveries are in blue. Consumptive use is in the dark green. And then the surface and subsurface outflows would be shown in the gray and a brown. And here it's just showing the surface outflows in the gray. The relevance of this is the goal for growers is to better match water deliveries with the consumptive use and to minimize the surface and subsurface outflows. These reports and graphs really put the power of water management in the growers' hands and arm the growers with certified data that can be used to document and defend their water use against their SGAs and water districts. So I think everyone hopes it doesn't come to this, but I've been told by numerous larger growers that it's not a matter of if there's litigation on water use, but a matter of when. And they're using SWIIM reports as their third-party independent source, much like you would use your CPA in your accounting documents in defense of a tax audit. So we're excited to be able to bring this along with all of our other products. And Richard, sorry to diverge off there for a minute before getting to the special, but I just wanted to make sure that everyone today understood at least a little bit about what SWIIM is.
Yeah, I'm really glad you did, and it raised a couple of questions from the audience. First question is, so it's possible that what somebody else is going to measure for your water and what you actually use would be different.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's one of the critical points, and we see it with what we have field instrumentation in Jain Logic today. So we're looking at flows. We're looking at when irrigation, is on and off as far as having pressure transducers out in the field, and soil moisture. So we're looking at soil moisture content. But what we're not doing is this full water balance where you're doing the accounting on a day-to-day basis on the water coming in and the water going out, and then looking at the differences. And frankly, when you look at that and you think, okay, I had let's just say in a week I put a half inch of water out, and my consumptive use, the crop would only take up a certain amount, and you're tracking this water balance throughout the season, you can determine whether you're in a surplus or a deficit. And there's really no one else that's doing that in a certified and accurate way.
Yeah, and even if I think about it, in my personal residence where I don't use very much water, there's been mistakes. Right. And it's not to say that anybody is not doing a good job. It's just to say it's a lot of water and a lot of people and a lot of measurements to take, and there can be problems.
I mean, you could think about it, not to say that this is at your house, but I've seen at many houses the water running down the gutter. as wasted water. And that is what SWIIM is after. That's what the technology is trying to identify, is what are those sources and losses that you could save on, and either get rebates or credits, as in the IID example, or go to bat with your SGA on your consumption. So
Yeah, and then Jeff, we've got another question here coming in, and the question is, could water agencies or water utilities benefit from this information too? Could you measure it on the other side?
absolutely. So one of the new technology elements for us with SWIIM is using measuring water in open canals, and it's a whole new approach for us. We're really good at measuring water in pipes. We've not done a lot of measurement and on open channel ditch type of application, canals, etc. And it's really a specialty area for SWIIM. The field guys on our side have been really excited about learning from the SWIIM guys, the technicians, because this is an area that they're very strong in. They do it every day down south in the Imperial Valley, in Yuma, etc. So absolutely, there'd be benefit for water agencies. It makes me think, our team has been circulating around this news article that came out this week about water embezzlement. And not to go into any of the details or anything like that, but I just couldn't help but think, if you're accounting for that water and you have, I'll just say, the water general ledger here, it would be a lot easier to see those things and keep track. I mean, it's what they do on the accounting side, and it's no different on the water side.
Yeah, and so Jeff, one last question coming in right now, and that is, do I have to have a certain type of irrigation to take advantage of this, or can I use any irrigation?
It's a good question, and I won't pretend like I have all the answers on the SWIIM side yet. We're all learning rapidly. I can tell you, from a pressurized irrigation standpoint, in Jain Logic, we can measure that. The same is true on the SWIIM side, so they can look at flow meters. So if you have a flow meter, where we can capture that the flow, the amount of water flowing, then the answer is yes. If you're using ditch water, your furrow irrigating, flood irrigating, then they do it all the time down in the Imperial Valley. They've got technology that can measure the flow across the gates, etc. So I want to say the answer to that is yes. If you're really wondering, whoever's asking the question, get all of us, and we'd love to come out and help figure that out.
Yeah, well, that's yeah. Even if there was an exception, you're covering a whole lot, so that's great. Now, so you have an offer today?
I do. Thought you'd never ask. So, I want to take just 1 second to echo what Aric said, and thanking the whole SWIIM team for all they've done, and everyone's patience, and especially the customers. And we got together and talked about what could we do as we bring the SWIIM customers into the Jain family. And so we do have a special offer. It's really to say thank you and welcome. And what we're going to be offering is our sensorless Jain Logic to all of the existing SWIIM customers at no cost, no additional cost to them. And what is that? They don't know Jain Logic yet. So the sensorless Jain Logic gives you access to the Jain Logic platform with our full satellite data, ETC from the satellite, which is field specific water consumption. You get to see that graphically as well as in numerical, so you'll see how much water the field is consuming. Plus our satellite based NDVI imagery to monitor the crop health and vigor. And then in addition to that, you get the weather forecasting widget and a really powerful irrigation scheduling tool that you can develop a daily, minute by minute irrigation schedule. You can then email that to your irrigators. You can print it out, and share it however you would like to. So it's really giving access to the full set of agronomic tools. And we're super excited about that. You'll be hearing from us on that. We already have teams working on it. Literally, we had meetings yesterday and today talking about onboarding the SWIIM customers with the sensorless Jain Logic. So just stand by. We'll be in touch very soon.
That's super exciting and generous when I think about the time savings that you're offering all these people for, included with what they're getting already. This ability to check my fields over my coffee in the morning and know exactly where I have any issues in about 2 or 3 minutes is really empowering.
Absolutely. And Richard, I would say for some of the customers that might be listening in, if you can't wait to hear about this or read more about it, we have done a couple of webinars on sensorless Jain Logic. So if you look at that under our training program there on the Jain Logic site, or Jain site, sorry, it's all there available to you.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Aric, I've learned a lot about you over the last 8 years, and I know you're not done with technology. This isn't the end. You've got your eye on a few other things. What's out there? What's in the future that we should all be watching for?
Probably the biggest news, Richard, is we're in the middle of this signing to close period for Jain and Rivulus combining. And you may know that Rivulus has a very good suite of AgTech solutions as well, from the Mana solution to WCADDY, which is an AutoCAD service. They're working on some ERP and some customer-facing tools as well. So we're really excited that we're going to be able to combine our AgTech offering and offer a more powerful set of tools that will be deployed globally, which is exciting. We've had a really pretty amazing focus at Jain under your leadership and Jeff's leadership and all the team members. And we've done outstanding work in the USA and Australia and a little bit in some other countries. But this Rivulus merger should allow these best of class tools to go global. And I get really excited when I think about that and the combination of that and how much water and resources can be saved for growing food. So that's probably the thing I'm most excited about. We will also be developing and rolling out climate smart tools, carbon farming tools and credits. So this is pretty excited to see there. Outside of that, we're really ambitiously looking at all the vision systems and tools that are coming now and getting, very, very good vision tools that are available for yield prediction, photos, pest and disease detection and management tools. So the detection from all the vision systems and capabilities that are available, not just from satellites, but these are going to help us grow better crops. Now, we talk a lot about monitoring and even control of irrigation. The last thing we're really excited about, and this will help us get to autonomous irrigation, we need precision application tools. We can't, if we can detect down to a tree level, but we can only irrigate in a 20-acre block level, that's a mismatch. We have to get precision application of water and fertilizer down to a tighter, smaller grid section to help us take advantage of some of these precision tools. So these are some areas that I'm excited about: the Rivulus merger, the carbon farming, smart farming, global rollout, vision systems, yield monitoring, and really these precision application tools. So we love AgTech. We've got, 5, 6, 7 investments, partnerships. Rivulus has this. Really looking forward to continuing our leadership path in this space. Thank you, Richard.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you. It's really interesting because Jain has done some great work in water conservation, sustainability, and it seems like they're about to make the next step, the next level, and that's really exciting to see. So, Aric, we've got another question about where SWIIM is available. Is it available in all 50 states? Is it just California? What's that look like?
I know we have this in for sure in the mountain states, but this is available US wide, right, Jeff? Is that correct? I mean, we have customers, I think, in Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, California. But I'm not sure on the satellite, consumptives. Do you know, Jeff, that answer?
I don't know. I know that on the Jain Logic side, we have satellite data available for the full U.S.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure with SWIIM. We'll definitely be looking at how we can integrate these things, and we want to make sure we're serving customers where we can do a great job, where we can put forth excellent service. So yeah, we'd love to hear from anyone that's interested.
Yeah, and that's true. That's what you guys have done a really good job at, is the service after the sale and the whole water management consulting services, working with growers as coaches and helping them along. It's been great to see. So I do want to say congratulations to you guys again, and welcome to all the SWIIM customers to Jain. It's really an exciting time to be in the industry, and exciting time to be at Jain. So thanks, guys, for coming on and explaining this for all of us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks.
And I want to say thank you to all the viewers who tuned in today. We really appreciate you spending a little bit of your day with us. As you know, we've got more than 200 trainings on our jainusa.com website /trainings, where you can listen to them wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Anybody who signed up for this webinar today will get a copy of this presentation sent to them later on this afternoon. Again, if you have questions or comments, feed them into Aric and Jeff. They're really good about responding to every question. So again, guys, thanks very much. We really appreciate your time.
Thanks, Richard.
All right. Bye now.